Welcome back to the Shorty Rescue Saga. In episode 1, I showed you how to pull your roof rails off and make them look shiny and pretty again. And now to start this episode off, we're going to be reattaching the roof rails using Sikaflex 1A construction sealant. You're going to cut the tip off and then apply a healthy amount to the two grooves where you pulled the sealant off before. So I'm not really sure how this comes off, to be totally honest.
You want me to show you?
Yeah, is it similar to the T1Ns?
It looks just like it. You're just going to pry this little tab up back here so that it clears the knot, and then slide it off.
Ah. Try not to look directly at it either.
Okay, it only slides that far, and then you got to pull it this way out because it catches back here. There we go. Yeah, so you got to line up the big knot with the bigger part of the hole here, not the smaller part of the hole, and then it just comes off. Rest your thing comes up.
Drop count 1.
I suppose we should have unhooked that spring first. This would have come apart a little bit easier and not gone boing.
Okay, so while I figure out what I want to paint the bumper, we're going to remove the headlights and polish them up a little bit. We're going to remove the headlight trim here, sand it and paint it with the hood. The grill's going to come off and become a reference point for a new custom piece. T20. Okay, so once you remove the 4 screws, it's not going to come out yet because it's still being held in place by a little clip that goes into the headlight like that. So you'll have to get in there and poke that out. Nothing a screwdriver can't help you out with.
See what needs to happen there. That'd be cool, though. Oh, you're bleeding.
Yep, right here. Twice. 2 knuckles. Because regular bolts just weren't good enough. They have to have 2 plastic clips. Ta-da!
Yeah, that's a bastard, isn't it?
Yep. Alright, the good news, there's only 2 bolts that hold the headlight bezels in place on your Dodge. The bad news is that there's more plastic clips, and the plastic clips back here are very easy to break. You'll need a T30 to remove this headlight bolt. And then you'll want to just pull it out a little bit though, because then you'll want to stick a screwdriver in. Just pull it out until you can see the clip. And then just push down on the plastic as hard as you can. Try not to let it go back in. Ta-da! And now we're ready to use our T30 to pull out the other headlight bolts. Should add, this process is identical on both sides. Alright, so you'll want to wiggle the headlight out and then try and get to the plug. Plastic clip here. That was definitely the first time that this cable was ever removed. Right, so before we get started sanding, we're gonna peel off the Tachychrome strip. It's not going back on, so we're rough with it. Yeet! Alright, next, both of the black inserts here. Pretty nice day at the Florida Van HQ. Today, before I remove all my bumpers, front and back, and trim all the way down, I'm going to come over here and treat where I've got paint peeling off over here. Let me get the rest of it off and sand and prime it. Repaint it before it starts rusting hard. There's a little bit of surface rust over here, but this doesn't collect water so bad as the T1Ns. So catching this now is beneficial. So let's get right to it. I just sanded everything down over here and I just applied the first coat of the rust reformer / primer. I had to pull this hood holder over here because I had all kinds of paint peeling over here, but sanded it down and took care of it with the primer. This side was pretty good. I also decided to paint this one. While the other one's out of the van, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint it while it's out of the van. And you'd see, thanks to my Yingling boxes acting as masks, I had a piece over here too. I did not get anything on the van. Looks like I might have missed some spots though. That's what the second coat is for. I put some paint up here. I'm still missing some spots though, damn it. That's okay, that's what the third coat is for. This is looking significantly better than it did this morning. Up here's looking much better. Best way to end the day is with the sound of a sweet T1N. Gotta say, as much as I love the 6-cylinder, kinda, nothing beats the sound of this one. This is so much sportier than the NCV3 in my opinion. It's still so quiet. And this van, I figured out you can silence the annoying beep by just putting your seatbelt in first. Go figure, right? And I fixed the hood pull on this today too, while I was waiting for paint to dry. So it pulls a lot better. And at the same time I did that, this came off today, so I had to readjust this by myself, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but I made it, I survived. Such a good sounding engine. So I had to come over here and lubricate all in here where the pull is and over here. And I'm probably going to lubricate it some more before I go to bed.